This was it was a procedural sort of event, what we saw at the courthouse here today. And we got our first look at Mansour, our Bobsiar. He wore blue jeans, he wore a blue plaid shirt. He was basically looking somewhat relaxed as he entered the courtroom. He spoke briefly with his attorney before the proceeding got underway. Again, this was more procedure more than anything. Our Bobsiar was not required to enter a plea during the proceeding, and he did not. The judge at a certain point did advise our Bobsiar of his rights, for instance, telling him that his statements could be used against him, also his right to be represented by an attorney. The defense also saying that they had reviewed the federal complaint, the criminal complaint, which alleges, as you know, among a number of things, conspiracy to commit murder against a foreign official, conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction, also conspiracy to commit an act of terrorism. Also, according to the complaint, our Bobsiar did confess to the allegations while being interviewed. Again, we'll just want to make clear this was not an arraignment. This was more procedural more than anything. Another court date has been set for October 25th, I believe. Yes, October 25th. Again, our Bobsiar did not make any sort of statements during this proceeding. At one point, his attorney let the judge know that there's some sort of medication that he'll be needing while he's being detained. That paperwork went through. So this was procedural more than anything. I suspect that on October 25th, that is when we will be hearing more from our Bobsiar.
Other than wearing a baseball cap, what did he look like? Describe a little bit of what this suspect looked like.
It was interesting. As you know, he's 56 years old. Again, he was wearing a blue plaid shirt, blue jeans, brown shoes, seemed very casual, salt and pepper hair. He looked, and this is just from a personal opinion, he looked just like any average man that you would see on the street. Well, nothing that stood out about him. He just looked just like any average man that you would see on the street. Salt and pepper hair, clean shaven. That's really pretty much the best way you can describe this man at this point.
Was this a court-appointed attorney he has, or someone he hired?
Yes, this was a federally court-appointed attorney. Obviously, he's going to have an opportunity to meet with her, discuss more about what will be going on. This is Sabrina Schroff. She is the one who will be representing him from this point on. So obviously, there's a lot to talk about. But once again, according to the criminal complaint, he has confessed to many of the allegations that are being set forth against him. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of defense he'll be coming up with.
And we're showing our viewers a picture of Mansour our Bobsiar, the suspect in this case, the man who allegedly plotted to assassinate the Saudi ambassador to the United States, Adel al-Jubeir. There he is. That's from Corpus Christi, the sheriff's department in Texas, where he was living for these several years, a naturalized U.S. citizen, as well as a dual Iranian citizen, Mansour our Bobsiar. There he is, the picture of this suspect. I don't know if you can see that picture, Jason, but he seems to have dark hair, no salt and pepper. Maybe this is an older picture of Mansour our Bobsiar, but it may have been taken a few years ago. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, let me just add something. I cannot see the picture there, but I can tell you he does have salt and pepper hair. I was sitting in the second bench in the second row there in the courtroom. I would say just about 8 feet from him. He definitely has salt and pepper hair at this point, somewhat of a receding hairline, balding in the back, in the top and the back of his head. So once again, I cannot see the picture that you're looking at, but I did see the man in the courtroom today.
Yeah, well, maybe he colors his hair, and he didn't have it colored over the last few weeks, and that's why he looks different today than he did in that picture that the Corpus Christi Sheriff's Department has